What's up, YouTube fans? Today we're going to be unboxing the Ramen Toys Makina Red Gullwing, or their version of a M.A.S.K Thunderhawk. So I was really excited about this. I've always wanted M.A.S.K to come back, and unfortunately Hasbro or Kenner hasn't done anything with it, but this came along and I was really excited for it. It does come in this outer protective packaging. And I actually got this from their partner store, Riot Press. Riot Press actually had it for a pretty good price, to be honest. It was actually cheaper for me personally to order it through Riot Press than it was to order it through Ramen Toy's website. With the shipping cost, it was just slightly cheaper. But inside here is where you get the really cool packaging. Let's get it out of here. And this is what they had to change. So if you didn't know, they did get a cease and desist from Hasbro. They had to change this packaging. So the new packaging doesn't look like this. It's very plain. But look at this. That is very, very cool artwork. It's Makina sports car, jet aircraft, M.A.S.K Hawking, action figure, and power helmet. Red Gullwing. I think a lot of this is their own artwork, adapted. There's the actual product image. Looks really good. Got art and design by Gary G. So there's his Instagram. Thank you, Gary, for doing this beautiful artwork. Always appreciate the art. And then on here you can see some of the accessories. Weapons bay, the bombs, the detailed cockpit. We'll see all that. And a bonus comic inside. To open up this, it is a magnetized window box. So you open it, you can see there is the vehicle inside. Labs prototype sports car, max speed 1,777 miles per hour. Power source neutronium, laser rifles, bombs, Makina, rock mountain affiliation, and M.A.S.K Hawking is the pilot. Very cool. All right, let's get it open. Without further ado, I am going to do a full review on it. Relatively simple figure, so I don't think it's going to need a lot of time. But let's get it out of here. Looks like it comes in a nice clamshell. And let's see. First, we get, looks like the instructions and a comic. So we get this nice artwork. I think this was done by the guy selling the box. It says Ramen Toy featuring M.A.S.K Hawking. I'm not going to read the comic, but couple pages here. It looks really cool. I'll go back and read this later. Very nice work there. And then you have some instructions. Maybe? Yes. So shows you how to put the helmet on, how to put the figure in, how to get his hands on the steering wheel, how to open the doors, how to open the rear boosters, extend the laser guns. Looks relatively simple and easy. And then how to put it back. All right, let's see what we got here. We've got, thank you for using Ziploc bags. Good job, Ramen Toys. Thank you for not using those awful sealed Ziplocs or sealed plastic baggies. I can always put it back in here. Very nice. You've got the missiles. Looks like it's painted in this pinkish color. I think anyway. Got the rear view mirrors, which come separately. We're actually supposed to remove these as part of the transformation. There's a little gunk on there. But it does have a reflective surface there. So that looks really nice. And then you got the bombs here done in the silver. That looks good. And you get a flight stand, which is really nice. I really appreciate when companies include the flight stand so you can actually display it properly. Very, very smart stuff here. It does say Ramen Toy right there. You got these posable things. Look like they designed this themselves. But I appreciate that a lot, including a flight stand to properly display this. This is an adult collectible, not kids' toy. It needs to be displayed properly. Alright, here it is. Let's get this packaging out of here. first impressions, it is much larger than I had imagined. Much bigger than the original M.A.S.K vehicles. Got some nice tampo printed details here with the lightnings. You got the purple and yellow. Yeah, those aren't stickers, they're tampos. Nice translucent headlights, translucent fog lights, silver grille, silver all the way around. Nice detail there. Translucent rear taillights. That looks really good. So yeah, overall, I think it really does look like that Chevy Camaro. I think it's a Z28 vehicle. He did a really good job with the proportions. I think the original was not proportioned correctly, and that's why this is bigger, just because they changed the proportions. Now, first thing we're going to do is install the mirrors here to complete the look. So they have this little tab there. It's going to just slide down into the side of the door. And same on the side. We can slide that in. And now we have the complete look for the vehicle. It does roll nicely on the rubber tires. Yeah, overall a really nice vehicle mode. Let's get the doors open so we can take a look at the inside of the vehicle. So to open the doors, you can press this button. Just press it firmly, that'll open both sides of the doors. All right, and there's the inside of the vehicle. You can see some nice details there. You got him with his screen there. He's tracking Venom, Switchblade Viper. You got the shifter knob there, some buttons there, steering wheel. There's even a shifter on the side, or turn signal on the side of the steering column. You got the passenger side seatbelt there. There's Mads Hawking, or Matt Tracker as we know him. Let's come to the driver's side. You got more buttons there. You even have detail on the actual dashboard, you know, his gauges, all that. Really, really nicely done. All right, now let's take a look at Mads Hawking himself. You will want to unplug the seatbelt from the side here. It's just tabbed in. There's a little tab on the end of the seatbelt. And then we can lift him out. And here is the figure. Feels pretty good. I mean, feels like solid material, you know, not brittle or anything like that. Got the nice helmet there with the metallic blue. Red paint there, kind of all throughout. The brown for the straps. Silver there. Here's the back. That all looks really good. Let's take off the helmet and take a look. There's the head sculpt. No detail on the head, but I think that's probably for the best, because if you paint the eyes at this size, you're probably going to need a lot of effort to make it consistent, whereas this is just a really well done sculpted head. Don't necessarily need the detail at this size, so that looks good. For articulation of this guy, the head can rotate around. A very small amount of up and down. And the hair is painted, you know, yellowish blonde. Shoulders go out to the side. Rotates all the way around on this joint. You have a single jointed elbow. It is pinned, so you get 90 degrees out of the elbow. Nothing at the hands. You have rotation at the elbow as well. For the waist, you have a waist rotation. No ab crunch on him. Legs can go up to there. 90-degree bend at the knee. You have, I don't believe there's anything at the ankles. So you're not going to get too much of a dynamic pose, but you can get him kind of walking, you know, or, you know, leaving his car or whatever. But yeah, there is Mads Hawking. All right, one thing I wanted to mention before we get into the fully M.A.S.K mode, you can slide the seat forward and backwards. So if you slide it forward, you can get his actual hands on the steering wheel. And I find it's easiest to look from the front because you can get them around. But yeah, you can really get him really perfectly on there. And then once you have it all lined up, then you can take the seatbelt, bring that back to here. I suppose I should have put that above his arm, but it'll plug in right there on the side of the seat. There you go. This side will also slide back and forth. I hope they make some more M.A.S.K figures here, because I know they're working on, they're calling it Great White. So there'll obviously be a figure with that one. But man, I hope they just make the figures themselves, because really cool. All right, let's get it converted. So first we're going to slide out. We've already opened the Gullwing doors, so slide out these laser cannons. They do feel good. Nothing, nothing feels flimsy. We're going to pop out these, or not pop out, slide out these rearview mirrors. And remember, be careful with that little piece of plastic there. Slide this one out as well. Come to the bottom here, and this button right here to pop up the rear thruster. And this one gets a little bit stuck, so you have to kind of help it. And then it'll pop up the rear spoiler and a bumper. But it does look really nice. You got some nice details there. You got the Makina logo right there. Their own piece of artwork there. And then some lights, painted boosters there. That looks really good. So yeah, there it is in its flight mode. Really, really, really nice. We can come to the bottom here. If you slide this button here, you can open up the bomb doors. So we can load the bombs. By the way, these are for the original. Lots of people lost these in the original toy. So Ramen Toys were nice enough to reproduce this little missile, which was lost, for, hundreds of people who own this toy. So that's really nice. But you're going to use these. So these are going to slide into here and then into here. And then we can close this up. And now they're suspended in there. So as you're flying along, you can open up the bomb doors and drop the bombs. Very, very cool little gimmick. I mean, you're never going to really be playing with that. I just think it's cool they worked it in. All right, last little feature here is, of course, the stand. So you're going to get this oriented so that these two are kind of supporting, and this is kind of the free one. It's kind of a ball. They have a little bit of a rubbery material on them. I mean, you can kind of display this however you want, but it just sits on top here, and you can display it. If you wanted to kind of have it diving down, you can put that front one down further, and then it can be diving down. But yeah, really do like the stand. I think it was a very smart thing to include. And for a quick size comparison, since I don't have the original M.A.S.K Thunderhawk, mine is long gone, lost in my childhood, given to cousins and other family members. Here it is next to MP10 Optimus Prime and the Hess truck that I have. And it's a pretty big vehicle. I mean, it's a big vehicle mode, this car, so it's not necessarily going to scale with other things in your collection. I think they're kind of just starting their own scale, which I'm fine with, because I'm going to collect the whole line. Whatever they make here, I'm going to get them. But there you go for sense of size. So final recommendations on the Ramen Toys Makina Red Gullwing. I'm going to give this a 4 out of 5. I'm going to recommend it. I really like how this turned out. There weren't any additional things thrown in that made things not work or just unnecessarily added to the cost. It just does what it's supposed to do, right? It looks good in vehicle mode. It's got the opening Gullwing doors with the laser cannons. It's got the opening boosters. All the details are there. All the lights and tampos and the tires and the wheel. Everything looks good. The stand, the flight stand works. The bomb door works. And I really appreciate the stand. The stand definitely adds to the display for this. Definitely makes it an adult collectible. If I had anything to really critique here, I think it would be the price point. I think the pre-order price point was not too bad, $110 plus shipping. But once they actually charged the shipping, it was a little bit high on the shipping. Now, I got this from Riot Press, which is US based, so they had some small amount of stock, and shipping from them was relatively cheap. So same price, $110 plus shipping, turned out to be, a reasonable price. And I think that's kind of the price point. Now, if you didn't pre-order it, and you went with the post pre-order price, I think it was 170. I think that's too high. I think they need to bring the price point down. I know they're trying to incentivize people to pre-order it, so they will get that better price point. But I think 170 is just way too high. I think if somebody orders this and gets it, they'll be a little disappointed on what they're getting for their money. But me personally, really happy with it. I can't wait to see another one in this line from Ramen Toys. This is my first figure from Ramen Toys, and I'm definitely happy and impressed with what they did here. Now, I'm not necessarily going after all of the figures they're putting out. I'm really just interested in this Makina line, so I'll continue picking these up. But that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.